Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2. This morning, we have two dockets. We have an announcement docket and a motion to revoke probation docket. When I call your name, please come forward with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, we'll wait for your attorney to arrive. If you're representing yourself, when I call your name, you will come forward by yourself. Now, the first case is cause number 24 CCCR 1268, case is style of state of Texas versus Tyler Bill Butler. Mr. Butler is appearing via Zoom. Uh-oh, he was. He's back. And at this time, Mr. Butler is represented by Henry Cole. Mr. Butler, how are you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Butler, you're representing your case by your attorney, Henry Cole. Attorney Cole, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Judge.
That's good. State is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Hubel. Attorney Hubel, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, and yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Cole, what is your announcement in Mr. Butler's case?
John, I spoke with Andrew this morning. I think there were some things that he wanted to get. Is that right? Am I speaking correctly, Andrew?
Right, and also I believe there's a discovery issue.
And I have my discovery issue. I don't know my portal or how I can't get the discovery to download. And I don't know what the problem is. I've got to get it fixed and cured.
Okay.
But with this case, we'll get this one resolved.
Okay, we're gonna keep it on the announcement docket. Give us a reset. Okay, this case will be reset to December 20th of 2024. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you're free to go.
Yes.
And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Butler, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Can I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, yes. Bubs, she has your reset.
Okay, that's all.
Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 2386, case of style of state of Texas versus Bernice Elton Wilson Jr. Yeah, prosecutor. Mr. Wilson, your full name is Bernice Elton Wilson Jr.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Wilson?
Good, and you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Wilson, you're representing the case by your attorney. Attorney Benjamin Jeffries. Attorney Jeffries, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. And Mr. Jeffries, what is your announcement in Mr. Wilson's case?
The announcement in general, we would just need a reset. But we did have a motion filed to address
Okay,
the
I see,
bond condition.
oh man, Wilson. Figure out this stuff. Load on the computer. Okay, let me see. Let me see what the other conditions. That's the most. Hey, have you received a copy of this
I
motion to reconsider?
had not, Your Honor, but I
You
pulled
can
it,
take a
but I
look.
pulled it up on
Oh, you
from
did?
the court's file and obviously.
Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Jeffers, you can go forward on your motion.
Yes, Your Honor. The condition that we would ask to have removed is the one where a GPS monitor is required. Mr. Wilson has lived in Jefferson County, works in Jefferson County. The alleged incident occurred at his apartment, so it's not a situation where he left the property that he stays on and found his way into a situation, and it doesn't involve people that he even knows. By all accounts, the situation involves other people coming to his residence or the apartment, if you will, the complex. He doesn't pose any visible risk of flight, and he works in maintenance, which is something that's worth noting. His job requires him to fit into some tight places from time to time, and an ankle monitor could hinder that ability to do so safely. We just believe that the GPS monitor is not really necessary in this type of situation for the allegations against him, and given the situation where he lives in Jefferson County, works in Jefferson County, and the type of work that he does. So we would ask respectfully that the court grant him the authority to remove that GPS monitor.
State, you have a response?
My response would be, and that would urge the exact opposite, given the nature of this offense and the specific allegations involved in this case. And in the interest of protecting the safety of the community, I think that this is a necessary and properly applied condition in this case.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going back and I read the PC proper cause affidavit in the case, and also your motion stating that he's a maintenance worker as a plant and it could cause significant risk of catching or snagging, on equipment. I think in this instance, it's a deadly conduct case, and the reason for the GPS is basically safety. It's a safety concern of the victim or victims. There's two people involved in this here case. And so the court is going to deny this motion to reconsider the bond conditions. Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right.
Can we just double down on addressing that the situation occurred directly outside of his apartment? It's not somewhere where he left the property or anywhere that, and the GPS monitor wouldn't be of use at all in the situation where he steps outside of his apartment on his own property.
Well,
that doesn't tell us anything.
well, that's the order of the court.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, now his case is going to we're going to reset this, or you want to keep it on the announcement docket?
Please, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, this case will be reset for December 20th, 2024, reset for announcement. Okay, get your reset from your attorney. You're free to go. You have a blessed day. You have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. We have, who? Terrence Jermaine Karen Currington Jr. Mr. Currington, your full name is Terrence Jermaine Currington Jr. How are you doing, Mr. Currington? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Okay, Mr. Currington, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Margaret Provo. Attorney Provo, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, but
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Provo, what is your announcement in Mr. Currington's cases?
Your Honor, we're asking that his case will stay on the announcement document. I just got the offer this morning from this is the office. And we need time to discuss it. Just asking for 1 minute recess.
Okay, give us a reset date. Hold on a minute. Currington. You said December 20th? 2024. Okay, Mr. Currington. Okay, you have 3 cases. Let me do this here. Now, Mr. Currington, I'm looking at your bond conditions.
Yes.
I see here that you were to obtain and participate in Spindletop ATOR program. Yeah, are you participating in the ATOR program? Okay, well,
Down one.
what did you say?
I'm down to one.
He's down 1 and 1.
I'm down to one.
He's down to 1 and 1.
Yeah, one group.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you go to group once a week?
It was 3 at first. Not enough.
Okay, okay. 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 Now, also in that program, you also, as a bond condition, you're required to remain drug and alcohol free. You understand that? So that means you cannot drink any alcohol or use any type of drugs. And that's part of that program.
Yes.
All right. And I think they have part of the ASAP program. Now, who is the now do you have a recovery coach in that program that you're working at ATOR? Who's the person that you're working with?
No, it's Thomas.
Miss Dumas? Yeah, I know Miss Dumas.
Oh, like,
Okay, yeah, she used to be a CPS worker. Right. Okay, so let me see, hold on. Normally Miss Dumas usually send reports. Hold on a minute. I don't see any in the file. Is there any reports? I'm looking at this file because I know sometimes when they usually send it, we have them to put it in this file. Barrington. What we're gonna do, we're gonna contact Ms. Dumas, and check on the status of your participation in the program, okay? All right. So, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your resets from your attorney, you'll be free to go. Continue to participate in the ATAR program. And stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. All right, you have a blessed day. Ms. Dumas. She's with, she's the ATAR program at Spindletop.
That's Terry.
Yeah, Carrie Dumas.
Also, I have John's and Levi.
You said, Jonathan D. Levi, call numbers 24-CCCR 0728 and calls number 24-CCCR 0770. Mr. Levi, your full name is Jonathan D. Levi? How are you doing, Mr. Levi? You doing good? That's good. Now, Mr. Levi, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Marvel Provo. State is represented in this case by Attorney Kyle Gasper. Attorney Gasper, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. And Mr. Provo, what is your announcement in Mr. Levi's cases?
Yeah, again, to have his cases stay on the announcement docket. I just received, the offer this morning.
Okay, give us a reset for Mr. Levi. December, okay. Mr. Levi, your cases will be reset until December 20th of 2024. Your attorney will give you a copy of the resets. Once she gives you a copy of the resets, you're free to go. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. And you have a blessed day. Thank you.
Maybe be excused.
Yes, you may.
Thank
Let's see. Eric Vargas. Morning. Mr. Vargas, your full name is Eric A. Vargas.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Vargas?
Good, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Vargas. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
Fine, Your Honor.
And Mr. Macy, what is your announcement in Mr. Vargas's case?
Your Honor, I need one reset, back on the announcement docket. Apparently, there was a video that I didn't know that existed until today. I requested it, a minute ago. I emailed it, but obviously I didn't request it till today. So I'd ask for a reset, give me time to get it. And then, we go from there.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to December 20, 2024. Mr. Vargas, so your attorney will have an opportunity to get the video that he needs in your case. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Macy, I think this is your only case.
It is, Judge.
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Where did Mr. Adams go? And Mr. Rennick, huh? Who's not here today? I haven't marked as being here.
No, I'm talking about, probation.
Oh, we have somebody from probation here. Yeah,
Oh, you looking for Mr. Gilliam?
That's what I was looking for. She's sitting back there.
Yeah.
Mr. Gilliam's out today.
Where's she,
we don't, where's Scott Rennick? He was here
He
earlier.
was, I don't know. He wrote-
He was reset?
Mhm. Oh, that one was recent.
That was Elizabeth
Huh?
Hunter Clifford.
That's when I said, Jerry, we would say, hold on. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
can't tell you.
Yeah. Eric Rashad Green. Mr. Green, your full name is Eric Rashad Green.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Green?
Fine, how about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Green, your case was reset in October 1st. To give you an opportunity to hire an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Have you hired your attorney?
No, sir, I've been looking around, I need help in my time with you.
Okay. Now, you said you've been looking around.
Yes,
I mean, have you talked to any attorneys?
yes, sir.
Okay. So what seems to be the problem?
I ain't money right during the time.
Okay. So how much time do you need?
Nothing much.
Okay, give them a reset. Okay, this case will be reset to December 20th, 2024. Give you opportunity to hire your attorney. The court coordinator is gonna give you your reset. Once you get your reset from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. See, the case was reset. It had this person was checked as being here. Leonard Collins. No, I have a note on here saying something about reset to hire attorney. I don't know what that. Oh. Okay. Mr. Collins, your full name is Leonard James Collins. How are you doing, Mr. Collins?
Good.
You doing good? Okay, now, Mr. Collins, I see here that your case was reset on September the 3rd of 2024. Give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
No, sir, I just need a little more.
Okay, how much time do you need?
I just gotta get it down.
Okay, so you've already talked to a lawyer? Okay. Okay, this case will be reset to December 2024. Give you an opportunity to hire your attorney. The court coordinator is gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that second chair on the wall. Florida. Lopez Torres. Jefferson County Court Number 2 is back in session and calls number 2466CR 1224. Case is style of state of Texas versus John Lopez Torres. So Lopez Torres, please come forward.
If Mr. Lopez Torres speaks English, I think we probably get to the plea, but we may have some stuff.
Is he a
He's a
citizen?
citizen. But he does speak a little bit of English, so we can maybe go slow, I think we can get through it.
Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 1224. Case is style, the state of Texas versus John Lopez Torres. Mr. Lopez Torres, is that your full name, John
Yeah.
Lopez Torres?
Yeah.
Mr. Torres, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Mr. Lopez Torres, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Lopez Torres?
I'm fine, you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Lopez Torres, you are represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Charlie Rojas. Attorney Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, thank you.
And Mr. Rojas, do you waive a record in Mr. Lopez Torres' case?
We do, Your Honor.
And Mr. Lopez Torres, I also have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, John Lopez Torres, on or about April 4th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of disorderly conduct, discharge, or display of firearm. Mr. Lopez Torres, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes,
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
guilty.
Guilty? Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
My mistake. Oh, yes, it was my mistake.
Okay, but he's pleading guilty because he is guilty. Okay, now, Mr. Lopez Torres, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of this document, which is the next page, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yeah.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Mhm.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Mr. Lopez, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Rojas, go over these documents with you?
Mhm.
And did you understand everything that Mr. Rojas went over? Did you
Yeah.
understand everything that Mr. Rojas went over?
Yeah.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Lopez Torres, Are you a citizen of the United States?
State offers states one.
No
It-
objection.
No objection. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rojas, you have advised and counseled Mr. Lopez Torres. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Lopez Torres, your attorney, Mr. Rojas, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Okay, Mr. Lopez Torres, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 1 year deferred probation, $400 fine, 50 hours of community service, forfeiture of the weapon to the Port Arthur Police Department, and court costs.
Mr. Ross, were you appointed in this case?
I was, Your Honor.
And this during this one.
He was just appointed in January. Yeah. What is this go for?
677.
Okay. Mr. Lopez Torres, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. Oh, God, I forgot. to put that. Hold on a minute. Changes it. Okay, Mr. Lopez Torres, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $400 plus court costs of $277. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, a urinalysis fee of $15 a month, a reimbursement fee of $15, and you will be required to reimburse Jefferson County, the court-appointed attorney's fees of $50, excuse me, of $350. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $177 a month. Will you be able to pay the $177 each month? You'll be able to pay it? Okay. You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service. And the state is, as part of this plea bargain agreement, You'll be forfeiting the weapon, in this case, to the police, to the Port Arthur Police Department. I have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon. Do you recognize this document?
Yeah.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yeah.
Before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you understand what your attorney went over?
Yeah.
Okay, and in that, everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, Mr. Lopez Torres, I'm signing this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Port Arthur Police Department. You will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Lopez Torres, do you understand the state's offer?
Yeah.
Do you think that is fair and just?
Yeah.
And do you accept it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Lopez Torres, please stand in front of the coordinator. Follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Rojas, is this your only case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're free to, oh, no, we have another one. Andre
They got reset.
Sanchez, that was reset?
Yes.
Okay, so you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The lights and everything, come back in. You just sent me Dominique Stewart. I think you just sent me. I see he has two of them somewhere away from him. Okay, I think he's working. You working on your other one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We don't have nobody that's pro se.
Yeah, like, wow.
That's pro se?
Yeah. You did? Was it?
Yes. Javon Rashawn Jubert. Ms. Jubert, your full name is Javon Rashawn Jubert. How you doing, Ms. Jubert? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Jubert, your case was reset on September 17th of 2024 to give you an opportunity to hire your attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
Yes, nice.
Oh, Mr. Adams?
Yes.
Okay, well, just have a seat. We'll wait for him to come back in. Do we have a letter of rep in the file? It's not. Okay. This was reset. Did Merrick Lance Cox show up? Not here. Yeah, we heard from, we did, let's see. Antonio Salazar. Mr. Salazar, your full name is Antonio Salazar
Junior.
Junior?
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Mr. Salazar, would you please raise your right hand? Salazar, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Salazar, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Salazar?
Good, and you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Salazar, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Corey Crenshaw. Attorney Crenshaw, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Salazar, I have before me a document in clause number 24 CCCR 0042. This document is titled Motion to Forfeit the Weapon, in this case, to the Beaumont Police Department. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Salazar, before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your
Yes,
knowledge?
sir.
And Mr. Salazar, I'm granting a motion to forfeit the weapon, in this case, to, I don't know, it sounds like some, it's coming from back there?
I mean, that's real close.
The headphones you just threw.
Uh, Okay, and, state, I have before me a motion to dismiss. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Salazar, I'm, signing this motion to dismiss, this case, forfeiture the weapon, part of the plea agreement that you worked out, or that your attorney worked out with the state. signing this motion. The attorney should be able to get the motion in a few seconds. And Mr. Salazar, once you get a copy of this motion from your attorney, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Crenshaw, I think this is your only case?
That is my only case.
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you as well.
Okay. Just have LeBlanc and Adams, and we have Mr. Okay, Dominique Stewart. Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 0218, case of style of state of Texas versus Dominic Stewart. Mr. Stewart, is that your full name? Okay, Mr. Stewart, would you please move the gum, remove the gum out of your mouth? There's a trash can to the right. Yeah. All right, thank you. Now, Mr. Stewart, would you please raise your right hand? You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Stewart, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Stewart?
All righty.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Stewart, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge.
That's good. Now, Mr. Reynolds, do you waive a record in Mr. Stewart's case?
So wait.
Mr. Stewart, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Stewart, it alleges that you, Dominique Stewart, on or about December 10th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Mr. Stewart, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Stewart, how did you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Against.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Mr. Stewart, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on the line next to the box that said guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of the Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The top box check states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The bottom box that is checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
yes.
Now, Mr. Stewart, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Reynolds, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you understand that? Did you understand everything that Mr. Reynolds went over?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Reynolds, not Mr. Reynolds, but Mr. Stewart, are you a citizen of the United States?
CFR states one.
Any objections?
No objection, states one.
Okay, no objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Reynolds, you have advised and counseled Mr. Stewart. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None to my knowledge.
And Mr. Stewart, your attorney, Mr. Reynolds, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Stewart, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to 180 days, probated over 1 year, with a $500 fine and 50 hours community service.
Okay. Mr. Reynolds, were you appointed in this case?
Yes, sir, I was, Judge.
What is the court cost?
277.
Mr. Stewart, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500. Those court costs are $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County the court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $177 a month. Will you be able to pay the $177 each month? You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, and you will be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Stewart, do you understand the state's offer?
Yeah, but kind of, since I work, I can, pay the community service off instead of.
You have to talk to your probation officer about that. Okay? Now, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? Do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Mr. Stewart, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Stewart, you can stand in front of the coordinator, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you. Jose Abraham Cardenas. Mr. Cardenas. Your full name is Jose Abraham Cardenas.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cardenas, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Cardenas, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cardenas, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Cardenas?
Do what way, sir?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Cardenas, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, do you waive a record in Mr. Cardenas's case?
Yes, sir, so wait.
Mr. Cardenas, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Jose Abraham Cardenas, on or about December 22nd of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault, and family violence. Mr. Cardenas, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Cardenas, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Guilty.
Okay. Now, Mr. Cardenas, I also have before me a document on this tablet that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments, also labeled as State's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials, JC, on the line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? And on the next page of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Sir.
And on the next document that is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. First box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cardenas, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct, to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cardenas, are you a citizen of the United States?
Resident.
Okay. Sign one of these. What country are you from? Mexico? Okay, I'm handing your attorney a document that is titled English for all foreign nationals except those from mandatory notification countries. Your attorney is gonna go over this document with you. You can, if you need to have a seat, you can do that. Okay, now, Mr. Cardenas, going back over State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. At the bottom of this document, there's a paragraph that is titled citizenship. And this paragraph states that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of guilty and other contingent may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or denial of naturalization of the federal law. Do you understand that statement?
Sir.
And do you still want to go forward with your plea agreement? You do? I also have a document that is titled English Statement for All Foreign Nationals Except Those from Mandatory Notification Countries. And do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line where it says signature?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it was witnessed by your attorney, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And there's a statement that at the bottom of this paragraph that states, do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time? And the word no is circled, is that correct?
Right.
Okay, now, Mr. Cardenas, before you sign and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
State offers States 1.
No objection, States 1.
no objection, State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Reynolds, you advised and counsel, Mr. Cardenas, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None to my knowledge, Judge.
And did you advise him of the consequences of him pleading guilty and no contest by virtue of him not being a citizen of the United States, and that's pursuant to the case of Padilla versus Kentucky?
I did, Judge, and I've had him initial on States 1 that he has read it and understood.
Okay. And Mr. Cardenas, your attorney, Mr. Reynolds, has advised and counseled you, you're satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Cardenas, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail probated over 1 year, $500 fine, 50 hours of community service, no contact with Brenda Chavarria, anger management, and court costs.
What is this, court cost?
275.
Is there a $100 fee?
Yes. And his court appointed judge. And it's certificate.
Okay. Now that $100 is to a, how's it made? Family Violence Center, okay. Okay, now, Mr. Cardenas, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you're not required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $277. You'll also be required to pay a family violence fee of $100 to a family violence center. And you will also be required to pay probation fee of $6 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. and you will be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $250. Okay, now, Mr. Cardenas, the state is offering that now, Mr. Cardenas, you will be required to pay a probation fee, or your monthly payments will be $186 a month. Will you be able to pay the $186 each month?
Yes, sir.
You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, attend and complete anger management. You cannot have any contact with Brenda Shayaria, who is the complaining witness in this case. And you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Cardenas, do you understand the state's offer?
Sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Cardenas, I will, I need to, the attorney is going to give you a document that is titled Model Written Ammunition on Ineligibility to Possess a Firearm or Ammunition. I'm going to go over that document with you. And the document states that in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you of the following. Number one, you are by entry of order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. Under Texas law, under the Texas Penal Code, Section 46.013, firearms mean any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have, as an integral part, a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, Unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, Unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, Violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse and neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, Warning on protective orders. Now, Mr. Cardenas, the written admonition that you have in your hands is for your records. This will conclude your case. Please stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay? Corey Jamard Frank. Mr. Frank, your full name is Corey Jamard Frank.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Frank?
Feel very good.
That's good. And Mr. Frank, you're represented in case by your attorney, Attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, what's your announcement in Mr. Frank's case?
Judge, we have received discovery, we received an offer, Mr. Frank wishes his case to be placed on a pretrial and trial docket.
Okay, let's give us a reset date. You said the pretrial and trial
I
docket.
mean, don't you normally set them for pretrial?
If, yeah, I mean, we could go to pretrial if you think there's a possibility of something working out, or some motions or something. I don't know, normally that's what we do. Let me see how this, yeah, no, we can put this on the trial docket, this case.
Okay, we just put it straight on the trial.
Well, I see that you was just appointed, last month, is that
Yeah,
correct?
Now, normally, if we can get pretrial maybe a week before the trial.
Well, we'll do, we'll just put them on a pretrial docket. Okay, this case we reset January 6th, 2024, excuse me, 2025. Mr. Frank, your case is gonna be reset for pretrial on January 6th, 2025. The attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You certainly too. We can take a step away.
Okay, Mr. Adams,
Sir, I'm ready.
we have DeMarcus Dwayne Bruno. That's a probation revocation.
Oh.
This is cause number M330940. Case and style of state of Texas versus DeMarcus Dwayne Bruno. Mr. Bruno, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Bruno?
All right, you.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Bruno, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
Okay. And we have
Ms.
our
Davis.
probation officer, Ms. Davis. Ms. Davis, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Now, what's the recommendation from the DA's office or the probation office in this case? You'll have a recommendation,
Probation is revocation.
okay? And Mr. Adams, what's your announcement?
Well, I can be ready. I know that the condition is the DWI, I see, and then he has a balance. So,
So he has a pending DWI? Is that what you're saying?
violation. I got that from.
Okay, let me, has that case been filed?
See violation 1.
Yeah, that was back in 20, okay. Okay, let me, hold on a minute, they checking something.
So,
Just hold on a minute, this is a motion to revoke probation apparently. The alleged violation occurred at 23.
the new DWI.
Could we check to see if there's, I don't see nothing filed, well. Unless it's on, hold on a minute. It's not on this docket. No,
Because if that's the basis, I was complete not true to the new DWI.
have y'all,
Andrew's looking at
Oh,
it
okay.
right now.
And then it's for.
hold on, let's see, he's trying to look it up. Has he made you an offer in the case?
Yeah, the offer in the case.
Okay, I don't, yeah, I'll need to know, I just need to know if he made it, okay.
I just didn't want to admit truth when he got a pending case.
Well, okay, yeah, we don't know what's, they're trying to look that up now. Was it filed?
Okay.
But I'm not gonna admit to it.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. We're just trying to find out the status of that case.
It's not fun.
I need to see if they refuse it or rejected it, or I don't know, or it's pin in the lab, I don't know what's going on.
No, I'm just saying, just for today's purposes, I'll be not through the both.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So we just keep it on an announcement docket? Mr. Hubel, do you know if y'all received anything from the agency?
We don't have, a DW recommendation, either received or active for the date that's, election motion.
Okay, what we'll do, let's reset it, put it on another MTRP docket. And at that time, maybe the case will at least been either filed, or if not filed, the state can let us know what they want to do. Okay, so give us a reset date. MTRP docket on Bruno. Okay, this case is gonna be reset December 11, 2024. For your MTRP announcement. And Mr. Bruno,
So,
your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Again, your case is reset to December 11, 2024 at 9 a.m. All right. Let's see. Anthony Julian Mitchell.
he too.
Yeah. Mr. Mitchell, your full name is Anthony Julian Mitchell?
Yes, sir. Are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Mr. Mitchell? That's good. Now, Mr. Mitchell, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams.
Sir.
Attorney Adams, what's your announcement in Mr. Mitchell's case?
As my notes indicate, this is our first time appearing before you.
Yeah, this is a new case.
Right, so, I did get an offer, I did get discovery, but I want to be able to look at the video with him, and I got that too, so, just a normal reset.
Give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to December 20th, 2024. Mr. Mitchell, once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Sir. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna get your reset from the coordinator. And Mr. Adams, we have Ms. Javon Rashawn Jubert. She said she hired you.
I'm hired on the felony case, not the misdemeanor case. But what I did tell her was I was gonna ask you to reset it to the felony. I am hired on the felony case.
Well, she needs to get it, why don't you come back in? Come back up, rather. Ms. Jubert? Your attorney, on your felony case, you say he's hired on the felony case, not on this misdemeanor case. Are you intending to hire him on the misdemeanor as well? Okay, let me tell you this, you have three options regarding your right to have an attorney. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Number two, if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Number three, you may represent yourself. Okay, now, if you would like to hire an attorney, your case will be reset to give you time to hire an attorney. If you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, then you request that an attorney be appointed to represent you, but you must first fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not you qualify for an attorney to be appointed to represent you. And number three, as I mentioned earlier, you may represent yourself. Now, there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result for worse outcomes for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Now, if you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Okay, now hold on a minute. Let's go back. I see that the last time you were here, which was September 17 of 2024, you stated that you in that you said, I have hired attorney whose name is Langston Adams. So you intended on hiring Mr. Adams?
The reason I can't answer any questions is because he's communicating with my mom. I'm not communicating with him, so I don't know.
Okay, so you need to talk to your mother?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's do this here. What day is that felony case set? Do you know?
January 21st.
January 21st? So this case will be reset with the felony case, January 21st.
And hopefully I can resolve it on the over here.
Yeah, we'll reset it. Hold on a minute. Mr. Hubert. Okay, January 21st, 2025, felony. Okay, Ms. Hubert, you're gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And again, that date is January 21st, 2025. Now, on that date, when you come to court, you need to come here first and check in with the bailiff. And then once you finish checking in with the bailiff, then you go to the felony court. And once you finish in the felony court, you come back here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You can get your reset. Once you get your reset,
Thank
you're
you,
free to
Judge.
go. You have a blessed day and you're free to go as well, Mr. Adams.
Thank
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we have Mr. LeBlanc.
Yeah, on Solomon. Solomon is in federal custody.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Defendant's house in LaSalle unit.
Yeah, he's there on
Did-
an
Let
indictment.
me ask you this here, did he have a felony case set
Yeah.
today?
Oh, no, he's not in our custody. He is in federal.
They say he's in the, city
He's-
says
he's-
it's LaSalle unit.
No, he's in.
He's no longer in the, so he's gone?
No, he's not in our custody. He's
I
in
understand
federal.
that. I mean, but I mean,
No.
LaSalle unit,
I
is he
don't,
still next door in the LaSalle unit?
I don't know. Because we would have to get,
Oh,
the US
they can-
Marshals to
well-
get all of that,
No, they can call and find out.
but we can't just get them.
Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 0366. Case is styled State of Texas versus Thomas Joel Chat. Mr. Chapman, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Chapman, your case was reset from October 1st until today to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Have you hired your attorney?
Yes.
Okay, why haven't you hired your attorney?
I just started work. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, so you want to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Chapman, we need to give him some paperwork. Okay, we're gonna give you some paperwork. And basically what the
One
paperwork,
thing I would say before we proceed with paperwork is that we have a new received case for Mr. Chapman that we just received on the first of this month, and I would not be prepared to move on this case until we.
okay, so they're saying they have a new case.
Can I ask what the case might be?
Yes, it's a DWI second.
I've never been arrested for that.
Okay, we're gonna have, what's that case number? You say he has a
It's
D.
received, Your Honor.
Oh, it just, oh, it hadn't been filed. What he's saying is that their office received a case. And what they have to do is evaluate the case to see whether or not they will accept it. They just received it from some agency. I don't know if it was the Beaumont Police Department or Sheriff's Department. It's from some agencies. An agency filed a case with them, and so they received it, and so they have to evaluate it to see whether or not they will accept it. That has not been done. So it's like you got one coming down the pike, and so what we need to do, we can't move this case because that case, there's a possibility that another case is coming. Okay, so what we're gonna do is reset this case. One, to give them time to make a determination or decision whether or not they will accept or reject the case. All right, and then at the same time, it'll give you some time if you decide to hire an attorney. You can do that, or if you decide to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself based on the case that's filed at that time. Okay, so I need to reset this case. Give us a reset date. The standard, yeah, December 20th of 2024. Mr. Chapman, you're gonna get your reset. You're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay. Court is back in session and calls number 24 CCCR 1444. Case is style of state of Texas versus Randy Walker. Randy Walker was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At or about 9 a.m. The court's bailiff called the name of Randy Walker at the courthouse door. Randy Walker did not answer. Randy Walker has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time now is 11:10 a.m. on today's date of November 6th of 2024. Ms. Bailiff, could you please call the name of Randy Walker at the courthouse door?
No response, Your Honor.
Okay, Randy Walker's name was just called at the courthouse door. Randy Walker did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Walker an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Randy Walker's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in cause number CCCR 1444. Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 2384. Case is style of state of Texas versus Merritt Lance Cox. Merritt Cox was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At or about 9 a.m. Merritt Cox name was called at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Merritt Cox did not answer. Merritt Cox has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. The time now is 11:11 a.m. on today's date of November 6th of 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Merritt Cox at the courthouse door?
Merritt Cox. Merritt Cox. No response, Your Honor.
Merritt Cox's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Merritt Cox did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Cox an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Merritt Cox bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. The court will be in recess. Okay, Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. LeBlanc, you're representing Paris Sierra Haynes in cause number 24 CCCR 1414. What is your announcement in Ms. Haynes' case?
Judge, I need some time to get the discovery. I think I was just recently appointed on this case.
Yeah, I see you was appointed on September 17th of 2024. Give us a reset date. December 20th of 2024. Now, Ms. Haynes, your case is going to be reset to December 20th, 2024 to give your attorney opportunity to get the evidence that we call that discovery, to get the evidence in your case. And also he'll have an opportunity to meet with you as well. Now, you're going to get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day, and thanks for being patient with us. And stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. And Mr. LeBlanc, your reset will be sent to you. Now, Mr. LeBlanc, you had another case on the motion to revoke probation docket, gentleman by the name of Carl Sampson Solomon. Mr. Solomon also had a felony case, and they failed to bench warrant him because he is in federal custody and in the LaSalle unit. And so they're going to bench warrant him, and we will reset this misdemeanor case on the same day that the felony case is set. And
Okay,
once we
Judge.
get that date, we'll send you a copy of it. Okay?
Okay, Judge.
So, Mr. LeBlanc, your reset on this case will be sent to you. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And this will conclude the calling of the announcement docket and the motion to revoke probation docket in County Court at Law number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Okay, the court is back in session and calls number 24 CCCR 0366. Case is style, the state of Texas versus Thomas Joel Chapman. Mr. Chapman, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. Chapman, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Chapman, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chapman, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Chapman, how are you doing?
All right.
That's good. Now, Mr. Chapman, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant? And are these your initials on the line that state you'd like to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant?
Yes,
Mr. Chapman, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents?
yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge? Okay, Mr. Chapman, just have a seat and one of the prosecutors will come out and talk to you.
I'm sorry, I know you were doing, please. I was talking about rights, if you were sitting in the office.
Okay, let's, this is cause number 24 CCCR 1606. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Faricia Ann Harris. Miss, is that Faricia? Yeah, Miss Faricia Harris was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 AM. At about 9 AM, the court failed to call the name of Faricia Harris at the courthouse door. Faricia Harris did not answer. She has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:31 AM on today's date of November 6th of 2024. Miss Bailiff, would you please call the name of Faricia Harris at the courthouse door?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I respond, Your Honor.
Okay, Faricia Harris' name was just called again at the courthouse door. Faricia Harris did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Harris an opportunity to appear in court. State, do you have a motion? That motion will be granted. Felicia Harris' bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. Court will be in recess